Hey everyone, TimaeuSS. Welcome to another NIKKE video and Merry Christmas to every single one of you guys. Oh my goodness, as you can see on my screen, Modernia is coming up, and actually it's coming up way earlier than expected. A little birdie told me that it was supposed to be next year, like 8th of January or something, but as we know, it's already released and announced on the Twitter patch, and it's supposed to come basically at the next patch, which is I think on the 27th or 28th, depending on where you are in the world, of course. But again, Merry Christmas to you guys. So let's go over Modernia's kit today, as well as my initial thoughts on her, and also some very, very exciting news to share. But first of all, I want to thank my sponsor, BlueStacks. As you can see, I'm playing this game beautifully on BlueStacks 60 FPS, and you can achieve that by downloading the rotational control app. You can get the rotational control. I have a link down in the description so you can see how you can achieve that, but it's very, very nice. You can try it out, and I'll leave a link down in the description, and you can join my viewer post for Modernia by downloading it. All you have to do is essentially download it using my affiliate link. There will be instructions again in the pinned comment, and you can head on towards my Discord to upload your screenshot that you have downloaded it, and you'll be able to participate. Basically, if I don't pull Modernia for you in X amount of polls, you'll get a free monthly pass, as we do with all the previous banners. So with that out of the way, let's talk about Modernia. Oh my god, Modernia. Spoiler alert, okay, for those of you guys that have not progressed through, let's say, chapter, I think 6 or 7, spoiler alert. Of course, we know Modernia is Marion, and she is actually a very, very, very well-designed unit, well-designed character in my opinion. I've never played a tutorial of any gacha game, and I got so attached to, I guess, the tutorial person that basically left the story frame until chapters later on, right? But as she returned, oh my god, I mean, such a well-built characters in the lore. And let's take a look at her kit as well. So we know this is our very first Pilgrim banner. And a lot of you guys were concerned about two things. One is the style or her design. And I've seen what I've seen, and the CEO have replied as well. The design is going to be the same as her design in the story chapters. So of course anything can still change last minute, so I'm not gonna say anything until they review the design in game. So that's the first thing. The second thing is people were concerned that you cannot use tickets or exchange for it, or the exchange will be more expensive. So from what we know at the current moment, Modernia is 1% instead of the usual 2%. Overall, the SSR rate is still 4%, but the chance of getting Modernia is slightly lower than your average banner. Again, this can change, so we will wait until the release. But what we do know so far from what's seen on test servers is like you have Modernia in the exchange banner shop, which with 200 golden tickets, and you can use, of course, rainbow tickets or gems, free gems or pay gems to pull from Modernia. You'll be able to use those tickets that convert to golden mileage tickets and get Modernia. All right, so she is going to be there in the shop, so that is confirmed. God damn, finally. And let's take a look at Modernia's kit. So this is the buffed version of Modernia, actually. So in the previous version, her multipliers were a bit lower. All the skills are pretty much the same, but in this version, the multipliers are a lot better. And we've got actually a footage of her that we can go over after we go through the skills to show you how insane she is post-buff. All right, so let's take a look at her skill 1. So high speed, so she's a machine gun user, burst 3, Pilgrim on the banner, attacker, of course. So when she uses the normal attack, it will deal 3% of her attack as an additional damage. It's just an additional trigger effect. And it activates when she hits a target 200 times, okay? She gains a max almost like a 15%, so 14.25% crit damage buff that stacks up to 5 times, right? So you do the math. That's like a, oh my god, that's like what, 75 or something? massive crit damage boost. We know that unfortunately the crit damage buff isn't as huge compared to if this was, for example, an attack buff, but there's no saying that the damage formula will not change, right? But so far we know in the damage from the crit damage isn't as insane. However, it's still a good boost to her output. So it lasts for 10 seconds. You're going to get max stacks for this, and I'll show you why later on, but you'll easily get max stacks, okay? This, however, decreases her max ammunition capacity by 5%, stacking up to 5 times, so she'll go down to essentially only 75% ammunition. And then her skill 2, so her skill 2 affects all allies, and when you enter in full burst, so that's after your burst 1, burst 2, burst 3, as you enter the full burst, all allies get a 8.56% hit rate buff. So this is Drake's skill, basically, because we know why Drake is great. Not only does she output amazing damage, her having the hit rate buff really makes the shotgun team a lot better, as well as machine gun users that do suffer from the attack accuracy. So the hit rate will make the spread a lot tighter. And that's not it, actually. You get more. Affects herself and activates when normal attack hits 200 times during the increased hit rate status. So this is when her hit rate is increased. So in that 15-second duration, she gets a whopping almost a 30% attack boost. So we talked about previously how crit damage is not, as strong as of a buff compared to attack, but she here gets skill 2, a freaking 30% attack boost. Oh my goodness. So the hit rate lasts for 5 seconds, and the hit rate lasts for 15. Basically, you just need to trigger that 200 attack in those 15 seconds to trigger the attack buff, which I'll show you. It's very easy to do because of how her skill mechanic works, all right? And then her ultimate, her burst skill, again, burst 3, 40-second cooldown, affects all allies, increases full burst time for 5 seconds. So you get an extension, all right? You get an extension. So now what we need to find out is, if you get that 5-second extension, does it also mean your cooldown is technically quote-unquote 5 seconds faster? Because your cooldown of your next burst 1, burst 2, burst 3, right, that starts as soon as you finish using the burst from the original, like burst 1, burst 2, burst 3. So as long as you fill the bar, right, you can burst right away. So we need to see how that works. But she gives herself, all right, during this full burst, unlimited ammunition for 15 seconds. So she has infinite ammo, and she enters destroy mode. Basically extends the line of sight, so auto aims at everyone within the range and deals 2.24% of attack as damage for 15 seconds, which is absolutely insane. So a couple of things we'll go through here. There's a lot of text, and a lot of testing needs to be done to determine how this works. First of all, two key components, all right? The one key component is her skill 1, which does additional damage, all right? And her burst skill, which deals percentage of attack as damage. Are those two different? Because additional damage, does that proc the normal attack hits 200%, or does it not? Okay, that's one thing we need to know. And the second part is, when she's extending her line of sight and auto aims everyone, does she still keep her normal attack, and this is an additional attack on top of that? I think it's very difficult for me to say right now what that looks like without it. However, we can see this is the post-buff Modernia, all right? This was test server post-buff Modernia, and you can see her attack, and Scarlet is in this team as well. So you can see her attack is absolutely insane here. Let's take a look. And I've slowed it down. So this full burst, look at that damage. What the hell? Oh my god, let's just go back. I know it's small numbers, but the damage just, it's non-stop, right? Like, look at this insane hit. And you can see the boss HP bar as well in this. Crazy. So you are going to get an insane amount of damage coming out from Modernia. Now, the numbers do look small, and I'm failing to clearly see how much damage Scarlet is doing, because then it will be a very good gauge into what is the difference between it. But I think right now a lot of you guys run Scarlet, right? And your second burst 3 unit is either Lapchan or Heron. I think with how things are looking right now, she can at least compete with Heron, and for Lapchan potentially be used across different units. All right. Oh my god, is that another leak? Wow, interesting. So this, someone actually Oh wow, we're watching this live. Someone actually managed to make Lapchon. Oh, oh no, this is just a skin because it says Soldier EG. That's fine. It's a mod. It's a mod. But anyhow, guys. So it's pretty crazy in my opinion because of how the mechanic works. And previously her multipliers were a lot lower, a lot lower. But however, her first skill now has changed, so that activates when your normal attack hits. So basically, she got the multiplier. This was like 0.74 or something of her attack as additional damage. But now every time she gets an additional 3% of attack as additional, which is crazy. A crazy buff. Of course, I'll be pulling for her, and because of this buff, I'll be core 7ing her. I think I have enough. I'll buy all the packs when she drops as well. So I definitely have enough saved up to core 7 Modernia, so that is 11 copies. And if we look at how many gems we have at the moment, I think 247. Yeah, I'll buy more, and we should be sitting at maybe like 280 gems, 280,000 gems plus however rainbow tickets and the mileage exchange. So I will be 100% core 7ing up her and doing some more testing because Modernia. Yeah, that's basically because Modernia. So I hope you guys are super excited. It's going to be a crazy banner. I think a lot of people are essentially waiting for her, myself included. But yeah, we'll see you guys at the patch. Hopefully I'm recovered then so I can actually stream and then do viewer polls. And again, if you want to do the viewer polls, go into the link down below and join. And I'll have giveaways as well. So thank you guys for your ongoing support. And oh God, this is what, day 4, day 5 of my COVID. I think I'm near the end of recovery, so hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye now.